Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, LLC, offers more value than any other good full-service real estate brokerage firm when it comes to the sale of your home. We offer at least 27 things that contribute to your home selling in the least amount of time at the highest price. To receive our free home selling pamphlet, email us at info@brooksanddavis.com or call 713-665-8329. We also assist people who want to purchase homes or who are interested in getting their real estate license. Visit us at www.brooksanddavis.com.
Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network. I'm your host, Rick Davis. If you don't follow me on social media, I urge you to do so. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Prime Real Estate Rick. Once again, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Prime Real Estate Rick. As always, my co-host is not only a serial entrepreneur and a real estate broker here in the state of Texas, but he is also a multiple-time author. My co-host, as always, is the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks.
Hey, thanks for that warm introduction, Rick. What's going on, great people? It's good to have an opportunity to be sitting in front of you another Thursday. And of course, you can always reach me on social media platforms, all of them at Texas Real Estate King. My website is larrywbrooks.com. And so I'm excited to be in front of the audience again today, just being able to talk about what we have going on and have another amazing guest. And so we want you guys to always feel comfortable sharing and sending us those questions, because we take those questions and we answer them. Either we answer them now on the platform or we reach out to you and we answer them on one of the social media platforms later. So I always feel comfortable reaching out to us as we continue to bring you the right type of people that can give you the vision and the things that have allowed them to be successful, as well as the things that help you skip hurdles when you getting to the point where you want to go in your endeavors.
Today's episode I'm really excited about, Larry, because the subject matter we're going to discuss today is how to bounce back from a setback.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's anyone that is listening to our show today or watching us on Facebook, text any friend who's been struggling as far as getting their credit scores where they need to be or have been facing some challenges as far as getting approved for a home loan. Because today our special guest is a board certified credit consultant, and she's also the owner of Fig Restoration LLC. So to the Prime Real Estate Network audience, I would like to introduce our guest today, Mrs. Moncy Hawkins.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me today.
Oh, I'm so glad you find some time.
A little shock that went into that. She was like, okay.
She was like, is that an applause?
Give me an applause. Okay, thank you.
I should have warned you about that. I apologize, Ms. Moncy.
If the table wasn't there, I saw her taking a bow. She was like, hey,
come on.
Thank you. Okay.
I thank you so much. And I'm sure I speak for Larry when I mention this, is that we get so many questions about credit consultation, how to bounce back from maybe a prior bankruptcy, foreclosure, maybe things that like unemployment or someone gotten behind on bills. So I'm glad that you're here today to not only dispel some myths about credit consultation that people may have, but also point people in the right direction on how they could go about bouncing back from a setback. So my first question for you, and something I want to discuss in general, is our Prime Real Estate Network hot topic. And this hot topic is something that is really near and dear to my heart, because when I first heard of what's been going on and I started doing a little bit more research, it was really heartbreaking. So I want to warn everyone that is in the market for a new home or is in the process of buying a home, is that now new home buyers have been inundated with emails from suspicious characters masquerading as title companies.
Wow.
They've been emailing people about a week before closing under the guise of being their agent.
Wow.
From their agent's email, and have been emailing new home buyers wiring instructions for their down payments. Since they have been hacking real estate professionals' emails, everything seems genuine.
Yeah.
Title company, the email from their agent. So unsuspecting buyers have been wiring their down payment funds to accounts that aren't truly the title company where they'll be closing.
Wow. Yeah.
And there's nothing that I could see being more heartbreaking
I agree.
than being a week before closing, and being swindled out of the total of your down payment funds. So that's something that I want to speak towards as far as anyone who's in that process. If you receive an email from someone asking you to wire funds to an account, contact your agent or who you're working with directly and confirm that these are instructions that they're truly giving you, because this is something that has been really prevalent in and around the state of Texas in different markets. So I just wanted to put this on everyone's radar and make sure everyone protects themselves, because this is something that I would not wish on anyone, and I would like for everyone to have opportunity to avoid that if possible.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy because it's life changing for everybody throughout the entire process, right? Because now you have the buyer that have submitted their monies, their funds that they've saved in order to purchase a home, and now that's been depleted. So of course that's a panic, that everything that goes along with it. Then you have the people in the transaction that actually work through them, that at the end of the day, the way that they make the income that support their family is when transactions close and everyone's happy. So when something like that happens, it affects the entire body of people involved in the transaction, the realtor, the title company, all these people that have been planning on completing their business and being able to financially take care of their families, now can no longer do it because of this transaction. And I bet it's just a horrible experience just to kind of rebuttal from it.
Because there's been all types of identity theft, and I think over time, as the internet and everything has become a lot more prevalent, I think we've become more comfortable with protecting our identity from that standpoint. But this is something that's so new and different that I just wanted to make sure I put it on everyone's radar. Right. And I wanted to bring the conversation to you, Ms. Hawkins, because I know someone in your profession, you've talked to clients who have had to suffer through all types of setbacks. So just from a psychological perspective, when someone comes to you and they talk about their identity's been stolen or something like that's happened to them, what is it that you speak to them about as far as to help them come back to their center and be prepared to move forward and not focus on the past?
Right. So it's always, it's never an easy subject to deal with when someone has been violated, because that's pretty much what it is a violation. Yeah. In the world that we live in cyber communities, access is stolen. Information is stolen all the time. And so when you have someone who has dealt with identity theft, fraud, and now their credit reports have just been turned upside down and money, stolen, sometimes they go into a deep depression, and it's not easy to unravel that. It's not an overnight situation. And so that's where my compassion and my understanding and my education and experience comes in, because you have to now take somebody by the hand and make sure that I guide them and let them know that you have someone by your side that's going to walk with you through this. It's not just about the credit, but it's about the mental. Right. Breaking that mental barrier that they have now, that they now have, it's really something that it just takes a lot to break through that.
What makes you such an invaluable resource for your clients, your friends and family, and people who have the opportunity and the privilege of knowing you is that you can actually put a face to the services you provide. What I get a lot of times is that people are a little weary of restoration because there isn't a face. Right. There isn't a person. There isn't someone to consult with to see eye to eye. Is that something that you've encountered as you've gone through starting this business and pushing it forward?
Oh, yes, most definitely. One of the things that I do push is the reputableness of my company, making sure that, integrity, letting them know that they do have a face. I am the face right now. And anybody that I bring on my team, they will also represent what FIG stands for. And that is, hashtag FIG cares, because we do. Being out in the community, I have been the child and the teen and the youth that has experienced so much when it comes to financial, the lack of financial education and trusting, having, making sure that if I'm going to work with you, that I can trust you. And so I try to make sure that I do that with my clients, letting them know I'm just like you. I probably had more situations than you have had as it relates to financial situations and credit. So. Yeah.
And this is something that, because this is a luxury that I know most people can't necessarily afford. So I want to give everyone the opportunity today. If there's someone who is watching this episode who has never had the opportunity to meet a board certified restoration consultant, today is the day. So Ms. Hawkins, please, could you just outline for our audience the process that someone would go through to reach out to you and to get enrolled with you so that you guys can work together?
Okay. So, yes, you can find me on all social media platforms and contact me, via that way, or visit our website. Right. The first thing that I do is I provide everyone with the free credit report consultation. And that's basically to see exactly what you have going on with your credit report. That lets me know if I can help you or if I cannot help you, because I can't help everybody. Wow. One of the things that I look for is when I'm talking to individuals, I check out what their mindset is. Are you really serious about reaching your credit goals? Or, what really do you want to accomplish? And are you willing to go the path to get there? Another thing is, sometimes we have things going on with our credit report where we have current obligations or bills that we still have to take care of. And if you can't maintain your current obligations, then you cannot afford to come see me. And because I don't want to take your money, I want you to pay your bills on time. Right. And then, and I do. And I let individuals know that, at this time, I cannot help you for these particular reasons, but go work on A, B, C, and D, and then come back. And I promise you I will help you get to where you're trying to go.
And it's
like that.
Yeah. No, I mean, because Mr. Brooks, in your experience, how difficult has it been for people in the general public to find someone like Ms. Hawkins that they believe is reputable, that they can trust to get their financial life back on track?
Oh, by all means, it's very difficult. And I say that because you hear so many scandals and I've been in the industry over 17 years, so I've seen the ugly parts of it. People saying, well, hey, you give me $150, I'll wipe your credit clean. And, it's just very, very difficult. And you're right, you never usually get a face that comes along with it. And so it's always sketchy because you never really see these people in the community overly going out their way talking about the business that they do, talk about how they can make you better for you. And now with people like Ms. Hawkins in place in her organization, you actually able to put a face with it so you can figure out if you can or cannot trust the person. Right. But I've seen it all. I've seen people able to duplicate things and it be gone for like 6 days and then it all comes back. But it's the things that they sell you on. And if it's ever a super fast fix, there's a problem there, right?
Right. And it's really for me, these are the things that really come and touch me close to home because I've been on both sides of the desk. I've been a home buyer. I've also been a professional real estate person, and I've also been a new home salesperson. So I've seen the full gamut of, I've been working with this company for 6 months, and now, even though my score is raised, I've had so many disputes that now I can't purchase a home. So the reason why Ms. Hawkins services are so needed is because they need someone like you, Ms. Hawkins, who is not just here to consult them and restore, but also knows what's needed to be able to obtain a home loan. Because sometimes if the goal is just to raise your scores, that may not get you to where you need to be to obtain a home loan. And for all of our clients and everyone who watches the Prime Real Estate Network, I want them to know that you're someone who can put them in a position to buy and close on a new home, not just get their scores raised. And could you speak along the difference and why it's so important for a client to let someone like you know what their goals are?
Yes, most certainly, because I don't know if many people know, but there's a difference in your credit score and your credit profile. You can have things in your credit profile that will stop you from getting a home. And even if you have a pretty decent credit score. So those are, some of the things that I can identify. I'm score certified. I'm also FCRA certified in the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So I just take all of those together. Also, my background is accounting and finance. I did that for 20 years. So I know money.
Oh, see,
you know
a
business.
Budgets,
I didn't even know you can get certifications and all of that.
And she did not tell me that before we started the show, so this is a surprise to me as well.
I didn't think about that. But, as I'm talking about it, all of these things are important important. I bought my first home, I think, when I was about 25 or 26.
Wow.
And then I bought my first investment home probably about 27, a little bit after that. And I was around during, the Enron stuff and when the market tanked. And so I've had to rebuild, being self-employed, my husband being self-employed and working in corporate. And, life just happens. And so we've had to rebuild from the ground back up, I don't know how many times. And so I know what it takes. I know the stresses that's involved. I know the heartache, the pain, the money that you wish that you had when you didn't have it, and just kind of, bringing your way back up from that. So that's something that my clients get.
Yeah.
They get all of me when it's time for that process.
Yeah, and it's crazy because as I was teasing you earlier about how it seems like every weekend or on a consistent basis you're out somewhere teaching and coaching about what it is that you do, and that itself is invaluable because people nowadays, they want tidbits or nuggets that they can see and they can be like, oh, that's something I can catch a hold of and be a part of, or that's something that I need that they just don't know, because every time people. I've never heard anyone separate the two, credit score versus credit profile, right? That's amazing within itself because, like you said, there's things on credit profiles. Someone could come in my office and have a 720 credit score, which when we hear the score, we're thinking, okay, you can purchase a home. But then you may have somewhere out in that had 2 lates on a car payment. That just throws you out for your financing all out of whack, right?
That's very true. And it's great. And I thank you so much for your candor and your transparency because I feel like I've learned so much about you just in the short time we've been here, but we're going to take a short break. When I get back, I want to get a little bit into your professional background, where you started and how you evolved to the real estate the entrepreneur and professional you are today. So if you don't mind, we're going to take a short break, and I want to get into Mrs. Moncy Hawkins, the businesswoman. When we
All right.
So everyone, stay tuned. We're going to take a short break to hear from our sponsor, and we'll be back to the Prime Real Estate Network.
This is Rick Davis, realtor and host of the Prime Real Estate Network. Are you currently leasing or looking to relocate to the Houston area and you find yourself falling in love with a home but aren't quite in a position to purchase? Well, no worries. We offer the Right to Purchase program. We can place you in the home of your dreams at current market rental rates and give you up to 3 years to buy. Did you know that a majority of the homes that are for sale offer better quality than those that are for rent? So why wait? Don't cheat yourself, treat yourself. Let me and my team help you purchase a home that you and your family can fall in love with. Give me a call today at 832-928-3963. And remember to follow the Prime Real Estate Network podcast on YouTube, Facebook, iTunes, Spotify, and Google Play. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Be blessed.
Welcome back to the Prime Real Estate Network, and I thank you for tuning in this week. I'm your host, Rick Davis. If you don't follow me on social media, feel free to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Prime Real Estate Rick. I'm here, as always, with my co-host, the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks, and our guest this week is Mrs. Moncy Hawkins, a board-certified credit consultant, and she's also the owner of Fig Restoration LLC. Before our break, we were just talking about Ms. Hawkins, her brand, her business, and what it is that she provides to the general public as far as services. But I wanted to, before we get back to that conversation, I wanted to introduce everyone to a new segment we have here at the Prime Real Estate Network, and it's our First Time Spotlight. What we want to do here at the Prime Real Estate Network is help everyone who hasn't purchased a home, who needs more information on how to buy their first home. We want to provide them with all the information possible to help them as a first-time buyer. So today I want to introduce to you a beautiful 3-bedroom, 2-bath home in the Humble area. It will be available in approximately 30 days and is currently selling for $155,000. The great thing about this home, and the reason why it's the Prime Real Estate Network First Time Buyer Spotlight, is because this home is not publicly for sale on HAR. This gives everyone who views the Prime Real Estate Network the head start on this property. So if you are renting, if you are scheduled to have your lease expire in the next 30 to 45 days, contact us directly so that we can get you a private showing of this property. This home is beautiful. It's in the Humble area. And the thing about it is it can be bought. Your monthly mortgage would be the same thing you would have for an apartment in that same area. So if you are a potential first-time buyer and you're looking to break that rental cycle, reach out to Larry or myself, and we'll definitely get you more information about this property. Thanks. So I wanted to get back to our guests.
Let me give some shout outs, man.
Oh, Larry, you got shout out this week, brother?
Well, the thing is I'm looking at the trend that's taking place on our Facebook page, and Miss Hawkins has a lot of friends that are reaching out and saying what's up. So, Drew, we want to thank you for tuning in. Tanya, we want to thank you for tuning in. Mr. Paul, we want to thank you for tuning in. And so we appreciate you guys, and I'm sure she appreciates your support and things like that. Like I said, I follow her like you guys, so I know.
And now the tough part is that we know your real friends are tuning in. And so now we're going to get into Ms. Moncy Hawkins, businesswoman, professional, trailblazer, entrepreneur. So for our audience and your friends that are tuned in, can you tell us a little bit about your start? Because it's funny, and Larry and I, we've been doing this is season 2, which is super cool. But all of our guests, when we talk to them about their entrepreneurial vision, they all talk about friend, family member, somebody who initially motivated them to own their own business. And I just wanted to go into a little bit of your background, if you wouldn't mind sharing.
Okay. So I actually did kind of grow up around entrepreneurs, I guess. My grandfather was the pastor of the church, I think, for about 46 years. And so there is a big responsibility that comes with that, and just getting having the backbone to go further in my entrepreneurship. It's not easy. A lot of people think, hey, I want to start my own company, I want to start my own business, but they really just don't know what all it takes. It's not idea. A lot of, smiles and jumping for joy every single day. You have to have thick skin, and you have to have a purpose. That's the one thing you have to, and I don't like to always say you have to know your why. That's what a lot of people say, but you do. You have to know your why, because the first roadblock or the first, time you get your feelings hurt, you don't want to just let it all go, because then it becomes in vain.
That's right.
And that's not what we want. So what kind of started me, I've always kind of been the child that just did my own thing. I used to get in trouble a lot as a kid because, my mouth would get me in trouble. Yeah.
She's like, I'm burning my hand.
Right.
I'm gonna touch this stove.
I'm asking questions. I'm just, you can't put me in a box.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, but there was a lot of learning that I had to do, because, when you do speak so much, or when you always want to talk, you have to learn how to have some tact.
That's right.
And so that's what I had to learn over the years, but my mom died when I was 19. And so at that time I was forced to have to survive, and I needed a place to stay. And I was fortunate enough, I did have an aunt, my Aunt Janet. I love her to death. Actually, her birthday was yesterday, so
Happy
I want to
birthday,
give her a
Aunt
Janet.
Happy birthday.
And she just really opened up her home to me, and just was there along with my grandparents. And but it was just something different. I wanted to just be on my own at that time. I was just a little confused, and so I went to get my first apartment, and they denied me because they said I had some credit issues. And at this time I didn't know anything about credit issues, but I know I don't accept the word no too well.
Yeah.
So I needed to see what was going on with this credit situation.
Right.
And I did, and I educated. It was a lot different back then. We didn't have internet. I had to literally open books.
That's right. You have to
read.
write them letters.
Right.
You have to read. Yeah.
I'm an avid researcher. I love to learn. I learn every day. I try to learn something new every day. But I keep a solid team around me, whether if it's friends, certain family members, business associates, people that, being in corporate, I was able to make some very valuable relationships. And my friends are, I don't have yes people around me. So like, they're watching this video. After this video is over with, they're going to critique every single thing about this video.
That's amazing.
I asked them to do that, because that's how we grow. So that's one of the reasons, why I started. Just, it started with that. I needed a place to stay. And so I figured, there's a lot more people like me.
Yeah.
And I didn't go right into credit repair. It was just more for myself.
Yeah.
I went into, like I said, the corporate world, and I was doing credit on the side. I'm not gonna lie. I was helping my friends and family, and
teach one. Stop.
Yeah, over the years I did that, and so
Absolutely.
when I resigned three years ago, it was truly to help the community. And when I say community, I mean all different levels of community. I'm not worried about income, because you'd be surprised what individuals don't know, even when they do have a certain amount of money. Bad credit does not discriminate, because life happens. And when life happens, our credit is affected, and people at all income levels are affected by the lack of money sometimes for whatever that reason is.
That's right. Bad things happen to good people all the time. I say it all the time. Yeah.
I gotta ask you this question because this comes from Facebook.
Okay.
And you're setting Facebook on fire right now. So the question for Ms. Hawkins via Facebook is, what organizations are you a member of, and how do you all give back to the community?
So I'm a part of a business, Women in Insurance and Financial Services.
Oh, wow.
And we have there's a bunch of realtors, mortgage individuals, tax professionals in the financial industry, and that organization has really been detrimental to my growth. They are the ones who got me my first speaking engagement and introduced me to a lot of my referral partners now. And so they really, and it's called Women in Insurance and Financial Services, but men are in there as well. So I do want to invite. Yeah, they are, like, seriously. So we meet every second of the month. And so if anybody is interested in that, just reach out to me and I will definitely give you some more information about it. And then also I want to mention Operation Love Outreach Ministries. That is a nonprofit organization that I'm a part of. And we are collecting toiletries, something very simple, toiletries for the homeless teens in Houston. I don't know if individuals know, but there's a population out there, and they have fallen through the cracks.
That's right. Teen homeless.
Teen homelessness.
Yep.
And so we are collecting toiletries for that. So you can drop them off at the Fig Restoration office, located at 16151 Karen Way Drive, Suite 107C. And that information is on my social media and website as well. So we are really looking forward to helping those. You can't build and grow and do all of this stuff and forget about those individuals who need us.
I agree. Yep.
Now, we're getting towards the end of our show, and before we sign off every week, Mr. Larry Brooks always introduces our audience to his real estate Mythbuster of the week. A lot of times with our real estate Mythbusters, it's something that we widely hear, but we always have to dispel for our clients.
Okay.
But with you sitting here, the question pretty much asks itself. For people who may think, and Mr. Brooks, let me know if you agree, what do you tell people who says that credit repair just doesn't work?
You asking me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. You know what? And I get that question all the time.
I mean, we get it all.
Yeah, all the time.
You never
And it
not
does,
hearing
right?
You never not hear it.
And the problem is, and like I told you from the beginning, is everybody is not a candidate for credit repair. Some people are too far gone. Some people need to file bankruptcy. Some people need to go get some
No, that's the realest
consolidation
thing
or
I've
something.
ever heard.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
never heard a restoration consultant ever use that as an option.
Because they want
they
the money.
making people feel like
because
that
they always
Yeah.
feeling like it's some hope involved
Right.
in it,
And it's
even
not.
when that's
Yes.
See,
See,
there
I
you go.
keep it real.
Character, people. Character.
That's right.
Character is
That's the first
everything.
time I ever heard someone say it. Yeah,
Right.
because sometimes it's needed. Exactly how you
Right.
say it. Wow.
Right,
Character.
and I make sure I have a team. I have a beautiful village around me. All these. If I can't help you, I'm gonna say, hey, go see this person. They can help you. And everybody that I affiliate with, associate with, they operate with integrity, and that's important because I don't want anyone hurt. I've been hurt. I've been, abused and taken advantage of, when it pertains to financial situations. And I'm looking out for all my people.
Absolutely.
All my people. So, don't contact me if it's just about money and you're greedy. None of that. I'm not worried about being popular in that aspect. I want to help people. And if you're a person that want to help people, then contact
That's so
me. Holler at
refreshing.
me.
So, I mean, one more time. People want to text you right now. If there's somebody who watches on Facebook, they want to call you, text you, email. Please share your contact information with them
Okay.
one more time while we show it on the big screen.
So my number is 713-425-3972. You can call or text that number. Fig Restoration, www.figrestoration.com. I can be reached on LinkedIn at Moncy Hawkins for all my business professionals. And then on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Fig Restoration.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Mr. Brooks.
Yeah.
Any end of the week shout out to love you on the show real quick.
No doubt. Okay, so I am a member of Leadership Houston, class 36, greatest class ever. And right now we're looking for members for class 38. So if there's anyone that you really love giving back to the community, and our city of Houston means a lot to you, please reach out to me on my cell. You can text me or give me a call at 281-924-4954. I can put you in contact with our leadership that'll be putting the process of our informal meetings in so that you can come and take a look and see if Leadership Houston is something for you. A Grandparents Love, a nonprofit
Absolutely.
organization that I have here. We are looking for committee members. So if you're interested in service and, you've had a grandparent in your life, or a grandparent that's raising their grandchildren and they could use support, and you want to be one of our committee members, we would love to have you. And we're always looking for grandparents that are in a situation of need. We're building out our database of people that we can assist moving forward in things. So please reach out to me on my mobile at that, which is 281-924-4954. Again, 281-924-4954. And I think that's all I got, Rick. What you got?
No, I mean, that's super powerful, Larry, and I want to commend you on the work that you're doing every day.
Thank you.
I want to thank everyone for tuning in this week. So on behalf of our guests, Mrs. Moncy Hawkins, and my co-host, Mr. Larry W. Brooks, I'm Rick Davis. I want to thank you for tuning in to the Prime Real Estate Network. I urge everyone to stop by our sponsor website at brooksanddavis.com if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. You can follow our page on YouTube, and you can also check us out on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify. Outstanding.
That's right. Log on, subscribe.
Absolutely,
Come on,
subscribe, leave a 5-star rating and all of that. So thank you so much. I want to thank our guests. I want to thank Mr. Larry W. Brooks, and we'll see you all next week. Have a great week.
Thank you.
Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm LLC is marketing a property for sale right now that you can buy. These properties range from land lots for under $20,000 to move-in ready homes $500,000 and more, along with everything in between. To see this week's list of properties for sale you can buy now, go to bit.ly/BDREF weekly list. That's bit.ly/BDREF weekly list. If you plan on selling some real estate and you need it on the weekly list, call 713-665-8329 to speak with someone about it.